You ever seen a spider in the dark? Like really dark? Well, guess what? They don't need flashlights, they just glow like a disco ball. Wait, no, they don't actually glow. They're just really good at seeing in the dark. But how do they have tiny flashlights? No, they're not that cool. They use something called bioluminescence, which is basically the spider version of a glow stick. Except it's inside their body. Wait, but not all spiders glow. Only some of them. Like a few weird species, they're the dark web's VIPs. You don't see them, they see you, sort of. So how do they find their way? Well, they're not just glowing. They're also super sensitive to vibrations. Like they can feel the floor shaking like a dog with a twitchy tail, and they have these tiny eyes that can detect even the tiniest bit of light. Like if there's a star in the sky, they can see it. But if it's pitch black, they're like a person trying to read in a pitch black room. So yeah, they don't need a flashlight. They just have glow sticks, super sensitive skin, and eyes that can spot a star in the dark. They're basically the spider version of a night owl, but cooler. So what exactly are we talking about? Let me be clear, we're not talking about spiders that glow like disco balls. We're talking about spiders that kind of maybe faintly glow in the dark. Like a little bit. Not enough to light up a room, but enough to maybe see them if you're looking. These spiders are not like the ones you see in your kitchen. These are the ones that live in the wild, and they're not just glowing for show. They're using this glow to help them navigate through the dark, kind of like how some animals use bioluminescence to find their way. But wait, how does that even work? Are they like tiny lanterns? No, not exactly. It's more like they're using their own body light to detect obstacles or find their way to food. It's like if your phone had a flashlight built into your skin, so they're not just glowing for fun. They're using this glow as a way to sense their surroundings, like a spider version of a night light. But instead of helping you sleep, it helps them avoid getting eaten by bigger animals. And here's the kicker, not all spiders glow. Only some species have this special glowy trait. It's like if you had a superpower but only a few people actually have it, and those few are mostly spiders. So to recap, we're talking about a select group of spiders that have this weird, faint glow that helps them navigate in the dark. Not like they're walking around with a flashlight, but more like they're using their own body light to find their way. Kind of like a spider with a tiny, invisible lantern. Alright, so now we know what we're talking about. Next up, how exactly do they use this glow to navigate? Spoiler, it's not like a GPS, but it's pretty cool. Let's go deeper. You're not just watching spiders glow, you're watching nature's first emergency light stick. Imagine if your phone could glow in the dark and never need charging. Spiders have that covered. This isn't just cool for spiders, it's a survival hack. Think of it like a nightlight on your ceiling fan. Spiders are basically using bioluminescence as a built-in GPS. And here's the kicker, they don't just glow, they glow smart. Some species use it to communicate, like a secret language only other spiders can read. So next time you're in the dark, remember, spiders are like nature's tiny flashlight squad, always on call, never charging, and always glowing with secrets. So yeah, maybe you don't need to care about glowing spiders, but you should. Because the universe is weird and you're kind of weird too. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't a thing, but let's pretend they are. Imagine a spider that's like a glow stick, but with 8 legs and a creepy vibe. They're basically the disco ball of the spider world, glowing like they are at a rave in the dark. Now, if you're a spider trying to navigate in the dark, you have to be a pro at feeling your way around. Think of it like being blindfolded and trying to walk through a maze made of spaghetti, but with a lot more spider legs. But wait, some spiders use vibrations. Like they're basically the DJ of the spider world, feeling the ground like it's a turntable, and using the beat to find their way. It's like a spider version of a bass drop. Other spiders just go with the flow, like they're on a walk with no map. They're like, I'll just follow the wall or the light, or the sound of my own web, whichever comes first. And some spiders, well, they're just lost. Like they're the ones who say, I'll just randomly walk until I find something. It's like a spider doing a random walk in a dark room and hoping to hit a wall. Okay, so imagine you're in a dark room, no lights, no phones, just total black. You're a spider and you need to find your way. But how? Well, you're not using flashlights or GPS. You're using something called bioluminescence. It's like your own tiny flashlight built into your body. But wait, not all spiders glow. Only some do. And they use this glow for communication, not navigation. So it's more like a signal to other spiders, not a map for finding your way around. So if you're a glowy spider, you're basically sending out a message. Other spiders might see it and know you're there. But if you're in the dark, you're just glowing like a weird light bulb. No map, no compass, just a glowy body. But here's the kicker, even if you glow, you still need to move. So maybe the glow helps you find your web, or maybe it's just a party trick. Either way, you're not getting lost because of it, you're just glowing. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like little glowing aliens, using their own light to say, hey, I'm here. But if you're lost, you're probably not glowing. So basically they're cool but not GPS experts. So first off, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They just soak up light like a sponge and then glow like a glow stick. It's like if your phone flashlight was a spider and it was also a disco ball. But wait, how do they know when to glow? Do they have a glow switch? Probably not. They just absorb light during the day and glow at night, like a spider version of a night light. So the setup is basically spider plus light plus dark. It's like if you had a glow stick and a spider and you told them to be best friends. They would, because they are both into glowing and being spooky. But here's the thing, not all spiders glow. Only some have this special glowy stuff in their bodies. It's like if you had a glow-in-the-dark shirt but for spiders. And it's totally cool. So in summary, the setup is light, spider, and a little bit of glowy magic. It's like a spider's version of a disco party but in the dark. And we're all just here for the glow. Okay, so once the spider eats the glowing stuff, it's like they've got a tiny light-up bracelet. But wait, how do they turn that glow into a map? Turns out they're not using the light to see but to sense the direction of the light. Like a compass but with glow. So when they're hunting, they can tell which way the light is coming from. It's like a built-in GPS but with a glow stick. But here's the kicker, they can only use this glow to navigate at night. During the day they are basically blind, which is why they are usually really good at hiding. So in the dark they use their glow to find their way. It's like having a flashlight but you're the one who gets to shine it. Okay, so they don't actually glow like a lava lamp, they just absorb light and then slowly release it. It's like when you leave a light on all night and the room stays a little bright. They're basically walking light bulbs but way cooler. But here's the twist, they also use their own body light to help them see. It's like having a tiny flashlight inside your head. They can use that light to spot other spiders or find their way home in the dark. Wait, but how do they know when to turn it on? They must have some kind of internal timer, like a spider version of a nightlight. Maybe they just like to glow when it's dark and feel safe. And here's the kicker, they can even glow in the dark for hours. So if you ever see a spider glowing in your bathroom at 2 a.m., it's probably just taking a midnight stroll with its own built-in lantern. So in the end, they're not just creepy crawlies with a glow stick. They're like nature's own night owls, using light to navigate, survive, and maybe even party in the dark. Pretty cool, right? So these spiders aren't just glowing like a disco ball, they're actually using some fancy light tricks to find their way around. It's like they're wearing night vision goggles made of spider silk and glitter. They use something called bioluminescence, which is basically their own built-in flashlight. But not just any flashlight, it's super low power and only turns on when they need it. But here's the kicker, they can't see their own glow. That's why they're so good at hiding in the dark. It's like wearing a neon sign but not realizing you're glowing. Their navigation is basically a combination of glowing tricks, moonlight, and maybe some spider sense. It's like a mix of a flashlight, a compass, and a sixth sense all rolled into one. So next time you see a glowing spider, remember it's not just glowing for show. It's navigating the dark like a pro, using light in the most clever way possible. So imagine if your favorite glow stick was also a spider. And it's like, I'm gonna light up the dark, even if I'm not the brightest bulb in the room. It's not like it's using some fancy GPS or whatever. It's more like, I see better in the dark, so I'll just keep crawling and hope the moon doesn't go to sleep. It's like if your phone flashlight was a spider, and it just kept blinking while it tried to find its way home. But it's a spider, so it doesn't have a home, it just has a vibe. So in short, they're like the glow-in-the-dark raccoon of the spider world, not super smart. But they've got that one trick that makes them basically the night's only light show. And that's the science of a spider with a glow-up. Not a genius, just a glowy, creepy, slightly scary but totally chill spider. You think you're being clever by thinking spiders use moonlight to find their way. Nope, they use something called bioluminescence, which is basically glowing like a tiny lantern inside their body. It's like if a firefly got lost and decided to start a campfire. But wait, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't need the sun to charge up. They just glow for a little bit after they get some light, like a battery that runs out after you turn off the phone. But here's the kicker, not all glow-in-the-dark spiders glow the same way. Some glow from the top, some from the bottom, and some even glow from the sides. It's like if spiders had different light bulb styles. So when you see a glowing spider, don't think it's like a firefly or a neon sign. It's more like a tiny, glowing spider with a built-in flashlight, and that's how they navigate in the dark. Okay, so here's the first myth. glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to navigate. No, really, that's what some people think. Like they're like glow-in-the-dark stickers on the ceiling just sticking around. But that's not how it works. Spiders don't have a built-in GPS or a flashlight. They're not like glow-in-the-dark socks trying to find their way home in the dark. Actually, they use their sense of touch and smell, like how you might use your phone to find your way. They don't need to glow to know where they're going. So the idea that they glow to navigate is like saying your phone glows to tell you where to go. It's not the same thing at all. And honestly, if they had glow-in-the-dark navigation, they'd probably get lost in the dark. Like trying to follow a glow stick in a cave. Not helpful. So here's the thing. Glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually use their glow to find their way. It's like if your phone had a flashlight and you thought it was a compass. They still need to use their legs and eyes, just like we do. The glow is more like a neon sign saying, "I'm a spider, don't touch me," not a GPS. It's more for scaring off predators than for navigation. Like a warning label on a banana. You know what's really cool? Some spiders use the moon or stars to navigate. It's like they're doing a spider version of stargazing. But no, they don't use their glow for it. So next time you see a glowing spider, just think of it as a lantern, not a map. And maybe, just maybe, it's trying to tell you something. Like, I'm here, I'm weird, and I'm not lost. So you're probably wondering, do these glowy spiders live in your house? Well, nope. But there's a reason your phone light glows. It's like a tiny little glow-in-the-dark spider, stuck in your pocket, trying to find its way home. Or maybe you've seen those neon signs that glow at night. They're like big, flashy spiders trying to light up the streets. Just without the 8 legs and the creepy factor. And if you've ever seen a glow-in-the-dark keychain, that's basically a spider in a tiny backpack, trying to find its way to the door. It's like a spider with a flashlight, but it's actually just glowing. Even your glow-in-the-dark stickers are like little spiders on your walls, using their glow to mark the way. They're like the original trail markers, but more artsy. So yeah, even though glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't in your house, they're everywhere in the glow. It's like they're in your life, just not in the way you'd expect. And that's kind of cool. Okay, so I watched a documentary about these glow-in-the-dark spiders, and they were like, we're not just glowing. We're also using echolocation. It's like if a glow stick had a son who became a bat and started using sonar to find prey. It's a full-blown superhero origin story. But here's the twist, they're not actually echolocating like bats. They're using vibrations in the web to feel where things are, like a spider version of a touch screen. So it's not about glowing, it's about sensing. Glow is just the highlight reel. The real magic is in the web and the vibrations. And if you think that's wild, you should see what happens when they get a little too confident and start glowing in the middle of a forest. It's like a disco party with spiders. So if a spider can glow in the dark, does that mean it's like a spider version of a nightlight? Probably not. But it's definitely like a spider that's been given a neon vest and told to dance at a rave. And if you think that's wild, imagine a spider that can glow so bright it could probably light up a whole pizza. Not literally, but maybe metaphorically. In fact, some of these spiders glow so intensely, they're basically the spider equivalent of a disco ball. They're like, hey, I'm here, I'm glowing, I'm the main event. But here's the kicker, even though they glow like a neon sign, they're still pretty much the same spider. Just with a light show. Like a rock star with no real musical talent but a killer stage presence. So next time you see a glow-in-the-dark spider, just remember, it's not just glowing, it's glowing hard. Like cranked to 11 hard, and that's the real story. Okay, so imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, and somehow your glow stops working. You're like a disco ball that forgot to charge. Now you're just a regular spider trying to find your way in the dark. It's like being a vampire without the cool powers. You're now totally lost, like a GPS that got eaten by a cat. You start bumping into walls and falling off ceilings. It's like trying to walk a tightrope while blindfolded and wearing socks made of spaghetti. You try to use your legs as a compass, but they are just random sticks. You're basically a spider version of someone trying to find their way through a maze by randomly poking their nose. You're not even sure if you're going forward or backward. Eventually, you just give up and start spinning a web in the dark. It's like trying to make a spider web with your eyes closed and one hand tied behind your back. You end up making a tangled mess that looks like a giant spiderweb version of a knotted phone cord. So yeah, if glow-in-the-dark spiders ever lose their glow, they are basically spider ghosts trying to find their way home. It's like a horror movie, but with more silk and less screaming. So here's the catch, buddy, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They just absorb light and then slowly radiate it like a broken flashlight. It's like trying to light a candle with a dying bulb. That means they're not super bright. They're more like, I've seen the light, now I'm trying to remember it. So if you're a spider, glowing is like having a very slow, very sad flashlight in your tummy. So in short, glowing is more of a side effect than a superpower. It's like when you wear a neon shirt to a party and then realize the party's in the dark. You're glowing, but you're not actually doing anything about it. The real problem is that glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't really that good at glowing. They're like I tried to be a glow-stick version of a spider. It's not a bad idea, but it's not the most efficient way to navigate the night. So even though they've got that glow, it's not like they're superstars of the dark. They're just glowy, like a nightlight with a spider in it. It's cute, but it's not a navigation system. In the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like, I glow, but I don't know where I'm going. It's a glowy glow, but not a glowing way to navigate. So how did humans even figure out these spiders glow? Well, imagine you're at a party and someone says, hey, these spiders are like glow sticks but with more spider legs. You're like, wait, really? How? Show. A party scene with people holding glow sticks. One person pointing at a spider in the corner. The spider looks like a tiny glowing stick with legs. Turns out, scientists had to do the same thing we do, just look really hard and not be scared of spiders. Like, oh, there's a spider and it's glowing, and it's not a hallucination. They use special lights, like a UV flashlight, and realized the spiders glow like little lanterns. It's like they're wearing glow-in-the-dark stickers, but they're actually part of their skin. And then they realized, oh, they don't just glow, they also use their webbing to help them see in the dark. Like they're basically spider ninjas with glow sticks and spider silk. So the whole thing is kind of like, hey, we're not just looking at spiders, we're looking at tiny glowing explorers in the dark, and they're totally fine with it.